Hi everyone, I will discuss the top 10 technical interview questions in Java. I mentioned top 10 interview questions. I will discuss each and every questions with help of the example. The first question is, what are the benefits of using Java? There are the few important benefits of Java programming. Platform independent. The caption is write once, run anywhere. It means that whenever you compile the Java source code, which can generate the bytecode, then you carry the bytecode, you can run on any platform. If you compile the source code in Windows, you take the bytecode, directly you run that bytecode on other operating system like Linux. That is called as a platform independent. Then second one is portable. Then simply you can carry the bytecode, run on anywhere. It means that run on any architecture, run on any operating system. Then simply you can carry that code, run on any platform, that is called as the portable. Then Java supports the object-oriented programming. Then class, object, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism. All these concepts supported by Java programming. The next one is robust. It is also be called as automatic memory management because no wastage of memory in Java. Because when object is not being used in the application, that object will be deleted automatically by the garbage collector. That is called as robust. Then secured. The Java is a secured language. Why? Because it generated the bytecode. The bytecode is not understandable by the humans. Then pointers is also be not supported in Java programming. It is also be secured. Then Java support multi-threading concept. Two or more threads will be running parallelly. That concept is called as the multi-threading. Why the multi-threading has to be used in Java instead of process? Each and every process has its own address space. In case of the multi-threading, the common address space has to be shared by the multiple threads. This is the one of the advantage of multi-threading concept. I move on to the second question. What are the differences between JDK, JRE, and JVM? It is very important question. Let me discuss about the JVM. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. It runs the Java bytecode. Whenever the compiler will compile the code, it generates the bytecode. Then bytecode is input to the JVM. Then the program will be run. Then the second option, it converts. It converts the bytecode into the machine specific code. Then execute it. Then the JVM is a platform dependent. Java is a platform independent, but the JVM is a platform dependent. Every operating system has its own JVM. It's very, very important. Then when it comes to the JRE, Java Runtime Environment, JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. Then it includes the JVM plus libraries to run the Java applications. The libraries like java.lang, then another libraries java.util, then java. Okay, then AWT. There are many other Java libraries has to be used to run the Java applications. Then when you comes to the JDK, a full-featured software development kit to develop Java application. Then JDK includes then JRE plus development tools like a compiler, comma debugger. Then used by it as JDK has been used by the developers to write the Java application, then compile and debug the Java programs. When compiler, if you want to compile the program, the compiler is required. Okay, then it has to be included in the JDK. These are the differences between the JVM, JRE, and JDK. Every student must remember all the differences. Why Java does not support the multiple inheritance? Due to ambiguity. Then how the ambiguity gets by the compiler? Because see, look at here. Because this is called a diamond problem. This is base class. These are the derived classes. These are called as the derived classes. Then another derivative class is called D, because D has to be derived from class B and class C. Okay, when D is accessible data from class A, which is accessible from ABD, or else which is accessible from ACD. In such cases, the compiler gets an ambiguity. To avoid this kind of problem, okay, the multiple inheritance has to be implemented by interface. Look at this. That's why the Java, this is a simple example for the multiple inheritance. It has been implemented by using interface, because the Java class does not support the multiple inheritance. I move on to the next question: difference between abstract class and interface. The abstract class is consist of abstract and concrete methods. And also, the abstract class can have the constructor and fields. Fields are nothing but the variables. In case of the interface, all methods are abstract by default. The interface does not support the concrete up to Java 8 version. After Java 8 versions, the definition of the interface is different. The interfaces can't have the constructor. See the differences between the abstract class and interface, because it has both abstract and non-abstract methods, which has constructors and fields. In case of the interfaces, all methods are abstract by default, but interface does not have any constructors. Both abstract class and interfaces can't be instantiated. This is a simple example for the abstract class. This is the abstract method. This is non-abstract method, which will also be called the concrete methods. In case of the interface name, this is called as the abstract method. By default, that method is belongs to the abstract, public and abstract. These are the differences between abstract class and interface. I move on to the next one. What is an exception? Why handle it? Simply, the exception is a runtime error, or it is unexpected event that occurs during the execution of the program. Then once exception occur in the program, it will be disrupting the normal flow of the program. It means that the program will be terminated abnormally once the exception occurs in the program. Then it handles how to handle the exception to maintain the normal flow of the program. We use exception handling. See this example. Once exception occurred, then which will be thrown to the catch. The catch block will handle that exception, which is whichever exception has to be occurred, that will be displayed to the user. That is called as the exception. The exception is a serious runtime error in the program itself. I move on to the next one. What are the differences between final, finally, and finalize? The first one, the final keyword is used to declare the constant. Constant is a fixed value that can't be changed during the execution of the program. Then final, int a equal to some value to be initialized. That value is fixed, it can't be changed during the execution of the program. The second one, it prevent method overriding. The third one is it prevent inheritance. I will show you that syntaxes. See this example. This method is declared as a final. The method can't be overridden. See, the can't override the final method from here. When I remove the final from here and class makes a final, then here if the class makes final, that class can't be inherited. That class can't be subclassed. See that here the type be con subclass the final class here. Comes to the finally, always execute the block in the exception handling. It means that whether an exception occurred or not in the program, the finally block must be executed. Then I will show you the example. Look at this example. Try catch finally. Here the exception caught even though the program the final block will get execute. Even if you give any other number, there is no exception in the application, even though the final block must be executed. Comes to the finalize, it will be called by GC before object removal. Now it is deprecated. After Java 8 plus version, the finalize method has to be deprecated. Before the garbage is being deleted, the finalize method will be executed by the garbage collector. The syntax of the finalize method is, this is the syntax of the finalize method. The protected while finalize throws throwable. The object is being garbage collected. Before the object is removed, the finalize method will be called. And move on to the next one. What are the differences between method overloading and method overriding? In case of the overloading, the same method name and different parameters, and it has implemented in the single class. In case of the method overriding, the inheritance is required. It means that the subclass provides the new implementation. Whichever method has been declared in the parent class, the same method has to be redefined in the child class with the same parameters. Okay, that concept is called as the overriding. In case of the overloading, two or more methods have the same name but the different arguments. Then method name is same, no arguments. The method name is same with one argument. This is the example of the overloading. This is the example of overriding. Okay, they are the differences between overloading and overriding in Java. Then, what are the differences between checked and unchecked exception? Checked exception must be handled during the compile time. Then unchecked exceptions are also be called as the runtime exceptions, which will be occur during the execution of the program. What are the example of the checked exceptions are IO exception, the SQL exception, file not found exception, class not found exceptions, which are the few example of the checked exceptions are compile time exceptions. When it comes to the unchecked exceptions, the null point exceptions, the arithmetic exceptions, number format exceptions, array index out of bound exceptions, they are the few examples of unchecked exceptions. Compile time exceptions are called as checked exceptions. The runtime exceptions are called as unchecked exceptions. What are the differences between this keyword and super keyword? This is also very important question. This keyword is refers to the current class instance or refers to the current class object. Then this keyword is used to access the instance variable of the class is and used to access the method of the class, or else it used to access the current class constructor. For example, this off. Okay, then the syntax is used to call the current class constructor. There are three uses of this keyword: to call the current class instance variable, to call the current class methods, to call the current class constructors. This keyword will be work within a class. When it comes to the super keyword, which is refers to immediate parent class. Then when you call the method of the parent class from the subclass, the syntax has to be used. Then when you want to call the parent class constructor from the subclass, then super, then followed by the arguments. Okay, super will work in inheritance. This keyword will work only in single class. These are the differences between this keyword and super key. Please remember it. Then when it comes to the static block, why the static block is used? The static block is used to initialize the static data. Static block executes once when the class is loaded. Because when the static blocks gets executed, at the time of loading the class in the memory, the static blocks gets executed. This is the declaration of the static variable. The static variable has to be initialized in the static block. The static block will be accessible only static variable. The static block does not access the instance variable. Got it? So these are the top 10 interview questions will be asked during the interview process. If any doubt regarding this question, please ask me through the comment box. Thank you. Thank you all for watching my videos.